prepare yourself. Children, prepare yourself. Hold on, I have to fix the damn filter. It like loses its shit sometimes, so the thing that helps is if I knock on it, which I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily healthy, but you know it works. So today in English class, we were learning. Wow, fun fact you learn in school. The problem is we're learning this controversial topic called humanity and our supposed inherent or non-inherent evil. So, like, is humanity inherently evil? Can we guess my opinion on this? No! Of course not. But no, of course, no one agrees with me. And then it got to the point where they couldn't even agree with me with the facts of literal definitions. I was giving them facts of the dictionary. Like, does the dictionary lie? No. Like, it's a legitimate source, and people were denying me the right to tell them what this literally meant and what something did not mean. And I was like, okay, so my argument was that people are not inherently, like, evil. We're inherently selfish, and that can be seen as evil, but is not evil. Okay, and then the reason that we have this selfishness is for survival. Like, we're basically just the upgraded version of animals. Like, I'm just saying, like, that's basically what we are. Like, we're no different than any other mammal out there, aside from the fact that we only have hair, like, that grows bushy or whatever in certain spots. And then we have a little bit of a higher intelligence. But, like, other than that, no. Like, we don't have any other difference than any other mammal or living creature out there. Like, we don't. Like, if you go down to the DNA of us, like, there are just some strands that are different, and then there's a lot that is very keenly similar. So I mean, like, just saying, like, we have the same survival instincts that a damn grass on the side of the road does. Okay, it doesn't matter if our intelligence is way higher than a piece of grass. We still have the same survival instinct as that other living thing, albeit it being incredibly smaller. It still has a living instinct just like we do, okay? And that living instinct is survival, and survival is being selfish for yourself to survive, to protect yourself. Whether it be mentally, physically, whatever, we're still selfish to protect ourselves, okay? It doesn't matter. Like, there have been tons of examples of, like, families betraying families, because they were evil to protect themselves. I mean, sure, it's cowardice, but it's still just down to the DNA of being surviving. Like, we just want to survive, okay? Like, it doesn't make us evil, it just makes us animalistic. Like, that doesn't make us evil. Like, the literal definition of being evil is being malicious and hurting others. To hurt others. Not for a just cause, but just to hurt others. That is not what we do when we survive. We hurt others to survive, but that doesn't make us evil. That just makes us selfish and survivalists. Okay? Like cannibalism. It's disgusting. It's horrifying. But it's natural. Like, it happens. It doesn't make us evil. It just means we do what we need to survive. Like, that's just what we do. Like, if torturing others means we get to survive, then obviously we're gonna do that. Because it means we get to survive. Like, society's put this little thing on us that, like, oh, if we can let others get hurt because of us, like, that means we're bad. Like, we're evil. Like, we're so bad. Like, that doesn't mean you're evil. Evil is malicious intent hurting others for the, like, no purpose other than to hurt others. Like psychopaths. Like Silence of the Lambs. That's a true evil person, okay? Someone who's a cannibalist, not for survival, but for pure enjoyment, that is evil, okay? That's not survival. Cannibalists, when they're out in the wilderness, and sure, it might be their best friend or even their mom, but like they're starving and they need to eat and they have no other choice but to kill their mom. That doesn't make them evil. That just makes them a survivalist. That just makes them a living being. Like, just, oh, it just, and then my friend had the nerve to be all like, selfish and evil are in the same category. And I was like, say what? And she was like, yeah, they're in the same category. They basically mean almost the exact same thing. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry, but my idea, okay, you have to be selfish to speak up for yourself. Are you saying to be selfish to speak up for yourself, you're being evil? Are you saying to be selfish to put down another bully or a bully that's bullying you? You're saying that being selfish to put down a bully instead of taking their shit, that's evil? Are you saying a little kid who's a little gluttonous and a little selfish and steals a cookie from his sister, are you saying that they're evil? Like, excuse me, that is not evil. That is called selfish. That's not evil. That's like, like evil is like intentionally hurting someone for no just cause other than their enjoyment. Like, are you kidding me? Like, those aren't evil. Like, this... just I can't with these people. Like, I just love them, but I want to strangle them so badly. Like, just please, are you kidding me? Like, and then there's other people who would say, because I was trying to play devil's advocate for, like, because this is an essay, and I was trying to think what other people would say to me, and I was like, there's a lot of other people would say to me, but one of the big things that I think a lot of people would say to me would probably be like, there's examples throughout history of evil people. Like, those evil people, they're evil because of their environment, okay? Like, deep down, like, they're evil because of their environment. Like, you know, like, if... trying to put an example out there, but I don't remember any really good ones. But like, let's say a kid is like grown up and he's like he sees everyone around him like kill each other, and like that's normal for him, and like they kill each other for like their selfish reasons, and then they like backlash each other, and like that's all he knows, so he thinks that like that's okay, and he thinks that putting down and killing others for selfish reasons is okay. I mean, for like bad reasons is okay, and like just like no. Like, I'm trying to form a thought, but it's not coming. It's coming, but it's not forming into words, and it's there so clearly I just can't form it into words. Another good example of how society affects us makes us think that we are evil for being selfish and surviving. There's this ship called the Lundquist, the Luminiquist, Luminada, I don't know. It's some ship that starts with an L that I can't really remember the name of it. But it was, it sunk, and it was a cruise ship, so there was a lot of people on there. Or maybe it wasn't a cruise ship, but it had a lot of people on there. And it sank, but because it's smaller than, let's say, like a giant warship or something, like, it sank a lot faster. And so a lot of people, like, they were talking about how a lot of people, like, were talking about how, like, so many people would, like, fight each other, like, kill each other, and, like, or, like, push each other overboard, and, like, shove each other out of the way to, like, survive, and, like, they were evil, and, like, blah, 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 and that's, like, that's not evil, that's just surviving. And then, like, when they compared that, because that ship sank in 18 minutes. Can you imagine fighting for your life in 18 minutes? Like, that's pretty fucking hectic. I'm like, I doubt you have time to think about your morals. You just have to think about your instincts, and your instincts are survival, and surviving is being selfish. That doesn't make you evil, okay? That doesn't make you malicious, okay? You're not killing each other for your enjoyment. You're killing each other for your survival, okay? Like, that's not the same fucking thing. Okay, anyways. Then they compared that to the Titanic, which took like 3 hours to sink because it was such a gigantic ship. And they were talking about how it was really sad, and they were like terrified, but they were also really sad because they realized that they were leaving their family or whatever, and their family was dying with them, and they like had to got to think more and reflect on their life and their family with them and their friends with them, instead of just like their natural instincts when they're put in critical conditions. Okay, because they had 3 hours while the ship was sinking, which I'm sure is terrifying, but at least you have time to think, not just act, you know? So I'm saying that a lot of our morals and experiences in society affect us and whether we think something is right or wrong. But that doesn't necessarily make us like evil. It just makes us like know like what we think is right or wrong, like which is, can be completely different than what other people think. And then I also brought up how a lot of people think that ISIS and like a lot of other people, like for example like India, like where they let rape just happen and they don't like think it's bad, they just think it's like, oh, just another mild crime, where in my opinion that is atrocious, that's awful, like that's terrible, like that's like, oh my god, that's so wrong morally, like that's just awful to me, like because of what I experienced and what I've known my entire life. And that's true to me, but for them in India, like that's normal, that's what they know. They just know to be on guard when they're girls, and the guys know that, oh, sometimes girls get raped, like, oh well, like that's probably what they think. They couldn't really care because they don't really know that it's wrong because they weren't taught that it's wrong. They just think, oh, we want something, we take something. That's like kind of like how a dog is like, oh, I want this bone, I'm gonna take this bone. Like, it doesn't make you evil, it just makes you instinctual. Like, it just makes you animalistic, but being animalistic doesn't make you evil. Like, it's just, so it just brings into the whole debate of good or bad, which I hate, because I don't believe anything is necessarily good or bad. I just think that we're just living. And I was trying to explain that to my teacher because I was talking to her about my argument, and she was like, you're fighting for him. And I was like, no, I'm not. And she was like, yes, you are. And I was like, no, I am not. I was very adamant about that. And she was like, but your source is supporting him. And I was like, no, it's not. And she was like, it's saying this. And I was like, yes, it is. And this is why it supports my statement. And she was like, but, and I was like, no. And she was like, and then just, pretty sure my teacher thinks everyone's inherently evil and like thinks I'm misguided or whatever, and like is like trying to change my opinion. And I'm just like, whoa, like, okay, this is a class, this isn't your, like, I feel like she's just like, I don't know. I just don't, I don't believe that everyone's like good, okay? Clearly there are evil people out there. But like, I don't believe that everyone is necessarily inherently like bad. Like, I just think that we're inherently selfish because of our survival instincts, because of our like animalistic heritage. Like, that's not That doesn't make us evil. It just makes us survivalists. Like, I mean, sure, it's twisted in society and then it's like changed a little bit because we've evolved, but it's still there. It's still a basis of our like instincts and personality and stuff, and like it's always gonna be there, but society's like frown upon that. So sorry, like wait, hold on. Sorry, I thought my bra was like unadjusted. It was embarrassing earlier today because like I'm wearing my bralette and it's like one side just kind of tilted over a little bit and my nipple popped up and my friend was like, "You wearing your bra?" And I was like, "No." And I was like, "Yeah." And then she's like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I like looked down and I was like, "Oh, never mind." Apparently I'm only wearing a one what's that thing called? Padded bra. Ugh. Anyways, I just had to get that off my chest because like everyone I was arguing with in that classroom disagreed with me and like did not like what I had to say and was not understanding what I was trying to say, and I was like it's not that hard, okay? Like it's not that hard to understand. Can't you at least respect my opinion? But no, they had to disagree and just be like, go, like, no. And I was like, okay, you don't have to agree with me, but you have to fight with me on the fucking facts. Like, so there's this pimple on my scalp, and it's like really, really bugging me. It's like right there. It's like a whitehead. It's so annoying. I hate it so much. I don't even know how it got there, but it's really annoying. Because I like to do this with my hair a lot, and it's really hard because there's a damn pimple, and every time I scratch it, I'm just like, ow, pain. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I'm just... Can I survive speech and debate? Like, that is a really good question. Also, I got kind of semi-annoyed today because I'm thirsty. Hold on. Okay, okay. But I got semi-annoyed today because I don't want to... Okay. I don't want to kneel anymore. It hurts. I'm tired, okay? This is the last week of school. I'm so happy. So done with school. And this heat, I'm melting. Just call me the Wicked Witch of the fucking West, man. Like, it's, I don't want to be in an Oz fairy tale. Like, take me out. Anyways. It doesn't help though when I get riled up, I get heated too. Like, physically, like, my body just, like, heats up. I don't know. Science. What was I gonna say? Oh, I got slightly irritated today because, like, I don't think I told you guys, but, like, I joined Link Crew, which is basically kind of like the welcoming committee of the high school for, like, freshmen and stuff. Which, I know what you're thinking. You and welcoming committee? Yeah, no. I was not doing it out of pure, like, I actually want to do this. I was doing it out of college credit because, like, it looks really good on college stuff because it shows that you're really, like, people oriented, which I'm not. So, it's really hard. Like, I can be civil and I'm decent with people. Like, I'm not mean. I'm just not a peppy high school fucking cheerleader. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's not who I am. But anyways, I was mainly taking it for college cred because like it looks really good in college applications, whatever. And so I took it, and I didn't think I would get in. I ended up like having an interview or something, and like I couldn't make it because I had an AP test. But they had other timings. I just forgot and was kind of lazy and like didn't want to do it, and so I missed my opportunity to go. But then I completely forgot about Link Crew until I got like an announcement on the speaker this morning, like saying like Link Crew meet up for like interviews or something, and I was like, oh my god, hi, and then I was like, wait, I don't know, but then I went anyways, and then I was like, where's my best friend, because she like signed up with me for the same reason. College cred. Although I feel like she'd be nicer and more social than I am. Like I don't tend to be callous with people, like, but sometimes like I just sort of am. I'm not intentionally that way. It just kind of, I don't know, it just happens. So anyways, I went there and I was really incredibly awkward because everyone there was like social and talking with everyone. I was like, yo, this ain't my crowd. And like everyone had like this, like everyone had these like giant ass, creepy ass smiles on their faces, and I was like, okay, what is this, clown day? Can you put those away, please? They're scary. Like, I mean, I get it. You have pearly whites that like every dentist would be fawning over. But like, can you put them away, please? They're kind of scary. And they didn't put them away, and I was kind of like uncomfortable, so I kind of like hung out by the back and was like, can I leave? Like, I was just not comfortable at all. Like, I'm never comfortable in social situations, but it's even worse when I'm surrounded by smiley ass people. Like, it's just not my crowd. And any crowd is not my crowd, though. But anyways, so I mean, I can tolerate it for a short amount of time, especially if it's a normal crowd. But like, if it's a preppy crowd, like no. So like, I was dealing with that shit, and then finally I was like, wait, I might not even have to deal with this shit. Let me just ask the person who's like in charge. And I asked her, and she was all like, yeah, if you didn't like go to the interview thing like last week, then like you're not a Link Crew member. And I was like, thank you, bye, bitch. And but I didn't say that. I was like just saying it in my head, but in like outside, I was like, thanks. And then left. I think I took her a little bit by surprise though, because like I think she was expecting me to be a little bit more upset that I didn't join Link Crew, but like honestly, happy, because like Link Crew, not my thing. I don't even know. I was really trying. I think I was really trying because for college credit, and like, I don't know, just, which my whole plan, it doesn't even like need so much like pressure on like college, because I'm like only probably gonna apply to like a tier 2-year college, like Sierra College. Like that's the only college that I'm like really seriously thinking about right now. Like, so yeah, like, I don't know. So, like, and plus, like, those 2 years are free because my dad's thing. So, like, I don't know why I was, like, so freaking out over the damn college card thing. I think my best friend's getting to me. She's very intense about that kind of stuff. And, like, I don't know, it was kind of getting to me, too. So, but one of my friends, he's, like, the freshman buddy who's, like, really social and, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's perfect for that kind of thing. And of course, when I told him about the Link Crew, he was all like, like, oh my god, I want to join Link Crew, because you can't join Link Crew when you're a freshman, obviously, because, like, it's the welcoming committee, and if you don't know anything, like, you can't be the welcoming committee, so, like, it has to be sophomore up. And so he's like, oh my god, next year I'm going to apply, like, he's like, do you want to reapply with me? And I was like, nope. And he was like, oh, and I was like, he'd be like, why? And I was like, do you know me? And he was just like, yeah, like, and he kind of got uncomfortable, and I was like, never mind. I'm not even going to try to explain. And so yeah, that was kind of weird and awkward, and like, also he kind of threw me under the bus because he was like, haha, Angela didn't get into Link Crew, and I was just like, I don't really care, and he was kind of expecting a negative reaction out of me. Like, I was kind of like, excuse me, little boy, what are you trying to do? Like, what? Like, what? Like, excuse me. So, like, yeah, I kind of got the intention that he was trying to make me feel bad, but I was just kind of like, I kind of put him in his place and was like, okay, first of all, we're not close enough for you to hurt me yet, asshole. Second of all, you are literally like 2 years younger than me. Third of all, I couldn't give less of a shit about Link Crew, so good luck with making me feel bad about not joining this damn club. Like, it was just fucking like, I was kind of in shock because I was just kind of like, the audacity of this boy. I'm just kidding. Like, literally no one. But, like, still, like, I don't know. He's just kind of like, I don't know. Sometimes he is, like, a little, like, arrogant and, like, thinks he knows shit. And I'm just like, boy, you're a little freshman, okay? Like, what? Also, he doesn't even know me. So, like, what makes him think he can just, like, maybe he was trying to guilt trip me or something, but it just, like, kind of, like, irritated me instead. And I was kind of like, you know what, fuck you. I put him in his place and was just like, yeah, never mind, bye. And left. Because we were, like, right at the time where I put him in his place, like, the bell rang for second period. And normally I'm not really that happy for second period, but I was happy for second period that time because I got to walk away like a boss. Just saying. Your girl got skills. No, I don't. I am literally the most unskilled person in the entire plane of existence. Like, Jesus, it's sad. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna go now because I've talked a lot. So, I don't feel good. I mean, I do feel good. I mean, I'm not sick. I'm just tired because, like, heat and school and, like, stuff. So, like, yeah. So I have so much math homework. I have, like, 2 packets and, like, another page separate. Like, do I look like I have that much time? I mean, I do have that much time. I have no social life, but, like, still, do I look like I have that much of an attention span? I have the face of a 5-year-old. Like, why? I'm just tired. Also, I feel kind of weird today, though, because, like, one of my best friends, one of my best friends, she's, like, at school, and she was like, hold on, I actually have to shit. I've had to shit a lot this week. Like, I had to shit yesterday. Like, I usually only shit, like, once a week. Maybe once every 2 weeks, like, tops. Like, I'm not a big shitter. Okay, wow, that was really weird graphic. What? Okay. Bye.